The once great White Sand Harbor Community Beach is now in critical condition. Years of erosion have taken sand away and eroded the shorelines since it's been unprotected for the last several years and brought the sand, whisked the sand into the mouth of Cubic Creek. We do not have a lot of sandbars out there that bring sand into the beach at White Sand Harbor, which is a major concern that I'll address in the next couple slides. But we tried to install Armstrong breakwaters over the past years in an incremental approach, which really hasn't worked because the erosion has certainly outpaced our ability to install partial breakwaters every couple of years. The project plan was approved many years ago, and it consists of nearshore breakwaters, which are extremely important. Nearshore breakwaters, as you can see in the picture, hug the beach face, keep sand in place, stabilize the beach, and protect the beach from storm energies, as well as accumulate sand from cross currents that the beach does see. Um, the offshore breakwaters will still remain out there, and as you can see them, they are situated just in front of the open spaces or the pocket beaches that would be created. We've already built a section and a half down towards the barbecue area on Fleet Road, and it's proven to be very successful. The beach has been stabilized for a number of years, which has been great, and it's also accumulated sand. If you notice at the end of the beach towards the Cubic Creek inlet, there's kind of a shape of a breakwater. It looks like kind of like a hockey stick. That's very important. It stabilizes the end of the Cubic Creek inlet and the end of the beach. It kind of just caps it off. A lot of people ask me why groins really haven't worked here, and they have not. We've had significant groin fields, many years ago, and the storm energies that come into White Sand Harbor just completely, destroyed them. We're thinking on putting some Armorstone ones back, but they would, being low profiles, they wouldn't, and the fact that we don't really have a lot of sand that gets fed into White Sand Harbor, that the growing fields really wouldn't work. And thank God we didn't do it because um, they would have been failed already with some of the storms that we have seen. There's no sandbars out directly from the beach, as you can see, for many of the seasons. Sandbars are really dissipated at the geographic location in front of White Sand Harbor Beach, but they do accumulate and reform down about a half mile further down the beach. So that's why the groin fields work further down the northern neck instead of where, unfortunately, where White Sand Harbor Beach is. There's just no sand or as much sand to feed groin field than it does further down the northern. As you can see, about 3/4 of a mile away, the sandbars are reformed greatly. They feed the beaches and the groin fields just fine. It's just we don't have that luck here at White Sand Harbor. This is a picture of Presley Creek from a satellite view in 2017. This was a private home, and they built a similar breakwater design, nearshore breakwaters that are angled, and they protected the beach, and you can see the hockey stick shaped breakwater protecting the inlet at Presley Creek and capping off the end of the beach. This is a very similar design to White Sand Harbor and very close and comparable area. The fetch is about 9 miles across the river from Presley Creek to the other side, but they get a lot of their storm energies the same as White Sand Harbor, about 20 miles in the center of the Chesapeake Bay. All the storm energies and wave energy, especially wind, come in from the Chesapeake Bay about 20 miles away, which if you stand on the beach face of White Sand Harbor or this beach, it's 35 degrees to your right. So the storm fetch is significantly a much longer distance for the energies to build up and erode the beach. This picture is taken in 2019, 2 years later than the previous picture, and it shows that the beach is still stable, the pocket beaches are stable, the upland forest is stable and protected. So the design does work. White Sand Harbor, the fetch is about 7 miles across the bay, and the storm fetch is about the same, about 20 miles. So it's very comparable to the White Sand Harbor location and design. Further down the beach, there are other numerous communities such as Bayvon Beach. This is way further down. a little more than midway down the Chesapeake Bay south. And Bayvon Beach community saw their beach being whisked away also by erosion. And they installed the angled breakwaters, and they've enjoyed some protection ever since. They built the breakwaters. They started construction in 2015. I believe they finished in 16. And this photo is from 2017, and it shows the angled and the pocket beaches that were formed, and they have a very successful outcome. There are numerous other angled breakwater designs all throughout the Chesapeake Bay. This is on the eastern shore. This has been in place for many years, survived many hurricanes, and the pocket beaches have been stable. This is a similar design at Westmoreland State Park, even though it's further up the river and has a smaller fetch, and does see some significant storm energies. These angled breakwaters have stabilized this beach for years, and the beach has seen very little erosion. All the way down near Norfolk area, the East Ocean Beach has breakwaters um, just protecting their beach. They see a lot of Atlantic Ocean energies, and this beach has been stable for many years also. This is Fort Monroe down in Hampton, Virginia. Their fetch is open to the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean energies come right in from the Norfolk Inlet. And these angled breakwaters, which are similar, have protected this beach for a few years, and they have a very successful outcome also. This is Atlantic Beach down in the Norfolk area also. They have breakwaters, Armorstone breakwaters that have created pocket beaches, and they have intense storm energies way far more than White Sand Harbor would ever get, and their beach has been stable for many years. This is the Naval Amphibious Beach down near Norfolk, and again, they have storm energies that are just coming in from the Atlantic Ocean, which are intense. This beach has angled breakwaters installed for many years. They use the angle and hockey stick design, and this beach has been stable and provides a stable training area for the Navy and Marines to practice beach assaults. Grandview Preserve is also in Hampton, Virginia. It's a long sandy beach peninsula that jets out in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay. It is intensely bombarded by Atlantic Ocean energies, and it also has an end hockey stick formation which caps the end of the beach off and protects it from erosion. And this area has been stable. It's quite a sight to see if you ever get out there and walk it from tip to tip. This is Haven Beach area down towards the middle of the Chesapeake Bay, and this is a little point on their beach, and it's been protected by the angled breakwaters for many years and has been stable. A lot of these stable designs have survived hurricanes, nor'easters, and such, and they're still in place. So the design is evidence-based. In this design, Windmill Point has a fetch of more than 37 miles, and you can see they first built just offshore breakwaters, similar to White Sand Harbor, right? We put the hex boxes out there, and they really didn't do that much. And then later on, they put in the angled breakwaters closer to the beach. They're called nearshore breakwaters, and they hug the sand in place a lot better, and they help accumulate the sand. And they're placed in between the openings of the outer Armorstone breakwaters and provide better protection. This point on Windmill Point sees intense storm energies, and the house has been protected for a few years. Windmill Point on the east also gets a lot of storm energies. They had the offshore breakwaters, but then they decided to build nearshore breakwaters, which again hug that sand in place and stabilize the beach a lot better. And this is actually South Windmill Point. And all these you can see on Google Maps or Earth Zoom or other satellite programs on the internet. Windmill Point South, they have angled breakwaters protecting this condominium complex, so the owners enjoy their stable pocket beaches for swimming and recreational purposes. Numerous angled breakwaters all on the eastern shore of the Chesapeake. This one is very similar in design to ours, and again, they have a little bit of a reverse. Their hockey stick is on the very north of their beach design because they get a lot of energies, storm energies coming in from the south. This is Cape Charles area, and this angle design has been in place for numerous years, and the beach has been intact. stable to numerous hurricanes and nor'easters. Just to let you know, we have numerous areas that I spoke about, and they have larger fetches than White Sand Harbor and larger storm fetches. Some are actually open to the Atlantic for some of the ones down in the south of the Chesapeake Bay, which I showed you. But Presley Creek is right near us. They have a little bit of a larger, just slightly larger fetch than us. They get the storm energies from the same area. Windmill Point has just much more intense storms, and their beaches have been stabilized also. So the design is evidence-based. The design of the Armstrong breakwaters has been proven effective in numerous locations throughout the Chesapeake Bay. Thank you very much.